The relation between sigma 1 and sigma 3, very important relation. So sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha plus 2c tan alpha, where c is cohesion, alpha is angle, alpha is equal to 45 plus 5 by 2. And what is phi? Phi is equal to angle of shearing resistance it makes with the horizontal. Angle of shearing resistance it makes with the horizontal. So you remember time being this formula, that which gives the relation between sigma 1 and sigma 3. Sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha. This derivation I will make you, I will teach you, don't worry. May not be useful for your this exam, but at least you should have the idea. Okay, so remember this 45 plus 5 by 2 is called alpha, because in the next chapter when I teach you earth pressure, there also it comes. So 45 plus 5 by 2 is called alpha. It's called alpha. So sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha plus 2c tan alpha. Sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 tan square alpha plus 2c tan alpha. Okay, beta, clear? At least formula yaad rakho. This gives the relation between sigma 1 and sigma 3. Sigma 1 and sigma 3. Got it? So now, next is types of triaxial compression tests. Three types of triaxial compression test can be conducted. Each type represents a particular combination of drainage conditions of the soil sample in the two stages of the test. So based on the drainage condition and consolidation, so there are three types of triaxial compression test we perform in the laboratory. In the first stage of the test, upon application of the cell pressure, the pore water pressure build up in the sample by an amount equal to the applied cell pressure. At this juncture, there are two alternatives: either to let the pore water pressure dissipate by allowing the water to drain from the soil, or not to let it dissipate. If water is allowed to drain, the soil will become consolidated under an effective confining pressure equal to the cell pressure. If water is not allowed to drain, the soil will remain at the volume it had before cell pressure was applied. And in so far as the applied cell pressure is concerned, the soil is in unconsolidated. See, what I want to hear is, I tell you, whether when you apply the sigma 3 here, when you are in the confining pressure stage, what you have to look here is whether you are allowing to water to the drain or you are not allowing water to drain out. That is the condition here. Suppose when you apply sigma 3, when you do the experiment, you will come across all these things. When you are applying here sigma 3, after applying the sigma 3, whether you are allowing the water to move out of it or you are not allowing, whether it is drained or it is undrained, that based on that one. Similarly, in the second stage of the test, when additional axial stress is applied, additional pore water pressure is induced in the soil. This additional pore water pressure is generally not equal to the additional axial stress applied, but quite different from it, and sometimes even negative. Then the suction is induced in the pore water. In the second case also, when you apply deviated stress, pore water pressure is applied. This is different from the first case. Again, during this stage of the test, there are two alternatives: either to let that is same, to allow it, or not allow it. In the former case, since the water is not allowed to drain out, conditions are said to be undrained. Whereas in the latter case, since the water is allowed to drain, the conditions are drained. So during performing the experiment, whether we are allowing the water flow out or we are not allowing. If you are allowing to water to flow, then it is called drained condition. And if you are not allowing, then it is undrained condition. Okay. So now first stage, second stage, drainage allowed, therefore consolidated. Second stage, drainage allowed, therefore drained. यहाँ पर drainage allow करते इसलिए consolidated हो गया, यहाँ drainage allow कर रहे इसलिए drained हो गया. तो इस टेस्ट को बोलते consolidated drained, and this is called CD test. और डी टेस्ट भी बोलते हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड CD टेस्ट, कंसोलिडेटेड एंड ड्रेन. फर्स्ट स्टेज में ड्रेनेज अलोड, देयरफॉर कंसोलिडेटेड. इफ इट इज नॉट अलोड, इट इज अनड्रेन्ड. यहां पर अलो कर रहे पानी को जाने, यहां अलो नहीं कर रहे, then it is called CU test, consolidated undrained test. थर्ड स्टेज में क्या होता है, ड्रेनेज नॉट अलोड, therefore it is unconsolidated, and drainage not allowed, therefore undrained it is. So third stage is UU test or unconsolidated undrained test. Unconsolidated undrained. So three types of tests are there: CD, CU, UU. CD means consolidated drained. This is consolidated undrained, and this is unconsolidated undrained. So CD, CU, UU, based on this one, these are the different types of triaxial compression test. These are the different types of triaxial compression test. Yes, so that derivation we will do afterwards, and then you should know what are the different types of triaxial test. There are two stages in the triaxial test. In the first stage, if drainage is allowed, and in the second stage is also drainage is allowed, then that test is called consolidated drained test or CD test. CD test. Similarly, in the first case, if the drainage is allowed, but it is not allowed in the second, then it is consolidated undrained. That is CU. Third is unconsolidated and undrained. Both the cases, the drains is not allowed, then it is UU test or unconsolidated undrained test. Unconsolidated undrained test. Got it? Unconsolidated undrained test. So this is all about the type of test. Stress path is there. A stress path तो क्या उतना important नहीं, फिर भी definition याद रखो आप. A stress path is a curve which shows the changes in stresses versus the local acting. तो जब जैसा load आप कर रहे हैं, जैसा stress change हो रहा, that is drawn. This is stress path. You just to remember this one. Now, if it is needed more, I will explain afterwards. What are the advantages of triaxial test? What are the advantages of triaxial test that we will come across? That will come across here. The stress distribution on the failure plane is uniform. यहाँ पर जो भी stress distribution है, it is totally uniform. It wasn't the case in direct shear test. The state of stress within the specimen during any stage of the rest test as well as at the failure is completely determinate. वहां पर अनडिटर्मिनेट था, यहाँ पर आप कहीं पे भी किसी स्टेज पे भी स्ट्रेस नहीं मालूम कर सकते, वहां पर फेलियर होने के बाद भी मतलब अनसर्टन था. The shear test under all the three drainage conditions are performed with complete control. मतलब आप ड्रेनेज कंट्रोल करते हुए तीनों टाइप के टेस्ट कर सकते. क्या हम डायरेक्ट में तीनों टाइप कर सकते? नहीं कर सकते. वहां एक ही टाइप का ट्रेस है, वहां ड्रेनेज अनड्रेनेज पानी उन्हीं कुछ कंसीडर नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो इसीलिए उसके रिजल्ट्स उतने एक्यूरेट नहीं रहते जितने ही इसके रहते ट्रायक्सियल के. In triaxial test, what we are doing is we are considering all the three cases: consolidated drain, consolidated undrained, unconsolidated undrained, unconsolidated undrained. We are doing this. Precise measurements of the pore pressure and volume change during the tests are possible. Of course, पोर प्रेशर सेपरेटली आप सिग्मा 3 निकाल सकते, मतलब यहाँ पर यू निकाल सकते, और वॉल्यूम कितना चेंज हुआ स्पेसिमेन का वो भी हम ड्यूरिंग द टेस्ट वी कैन फॉलो हियर, बट इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल इन केस ऑफ डायरेक्ट shear टेस्ट. द स्पेसिमेन इज फ्री टू फेल अलोंग द वीकेस्ट प्लेन. ये सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज है. हम देखिए, हम कोई परफॉर्म कर रहे, अगर से मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूं तो माय एम शुड बी to teach the weakest student. He should understand whatever. Suppose brilliant students can read themselves also, no need of teacher for them, but I have to teach such that so the most weakest student also should understand. So same thing here. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इन डायरेक्ट शियर टेस्ट, आई विल टेल यू, हम लोग प्री डिटरमाइंड रहता प्लेन, वहीं पे फेल करते हम लोग सॉइल को, और फेल करके हम सी एंड फाइव निकालते। जरूरी नहीं कि हम जहां पर सी एंड फाइव निकाले वहां पर सॉइल फेल हो, उससे भी वीकेस्ट प्लेन हो सकता है, तो हमारे सी एंड फाइव करेक्ट नहीं हो गए वहां पर। बट इन केस ऑफ ट्राइएक्सियल टेस्ट हम लोग प्लेन डिसाइड करते, और जहां पर वीक है ना वहीं पे आपको रिजल्ट आता। तो स्पेसिमन इज फ्री टू फेल अलोंग द वीकेस्ट प्लेन। दिस इज द बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज इन केस ऑफ triaxial test, which was totally missing in direct shear test. याद रखो, डायरेक्ट शियर टेस्ट में फेल्यूर प्लेन जो रहता वो प्री डिटरमाइंड रहता, it is predetermined. But in case of triaxial test, it is not predetermined. Wherever it is the weakest, there only it is going to fail. There only it is going to fail. Got it? Okay. Next things are its limitations, means disadvantages, you can say. The triaxial test is much more complicated than the direct shear test. Of course, it is much more complicated. आपको दो स्टेज में करना है, सिग्मा 3 अलग है, डिविएटर स्ट्रेस अलग है, सिग्मा 1 करना है, फिर जब आप पूरा निकालते रीडिंग मोर सर्कल बनाना है, फिर टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करना है। ऑफ कोर्स अब हमारे पास सब डायरेक्ट बन रहा। अब जो हमारे पास इक्विपमेंट है, ये मोर सर्कल भी अपने आप बनता, आपको नॉलेज की जरूरत ही नहीं है, अपने आप टेंजेंट खींचे जाता, अपने आप सी आता, अपने आप फाई आता, ये अलग बात है। लेकिन देखिए अगर से आप मैनुअली कर रहे हैं, व्हेन यू आर परफॉर्मिंग मैनुअली, यू सी द आई मीन एफर्ट needed in triaxial test. Even during the experiment also it needs more time, more skill, whereas direct shear test is very easy. Just we apply the normal load, find the shear load, draw the graph, it is a straight line. But triaxial shear test has to be performed in 2 stages. Then you have to see the conditions, consolidate, उधर drain हो रहा, इधर drain नहीं हो रहा, उधर हो रहा क्या, इधर भी हो रहा, like this you have to decide. After that you have to apply deviator stress. Deviator stress apply के बाद sigma 1 निकालो, sigma 3 plus sigma d. उसके बाद पोर वाटर प्रेशर सेकंड स्टेज में भी है क्या वो देखना है। ये सब देख के फिर मोर सर्कल ड्रॉ करना है अलग अलग स्पेसिमन के लिए, फिर मोर सर्कल ड्रॉ करने के बाद उसको टेंजेंट बनाना है, फिर सी और फाई निकालना है। तो triaxial test is definitely may be giving better result, quick results, not quick, better results, but it is more complicated than the direct shear test. It is more complicated than the direct shear test. Second is the plane of failure is not predetermined. As I told earlier also, advantage also, the plane of failure is not predetermined. It can occur anywhere and the test may reveal a surface of weakness relating to some natural feature of the soil teacher. Oh. What he says that this we have taken as advantage. हम वीकेस्ट प्लेन में जाके निकाल रहे, बट ये वीकेस्ट प्लेन में जाने की वजह से दूसरे प्रॉपर्टीज को इफेक्ट, नेचुरल फीचर्स को, सॉइल स्ट्रक्चर के इफेक्ट हो सकता है। दैट दिस इज शोइंग, दैट इज अ डिसएडवांटेज। सेम एडवांटेज इज देयर, ऑफ कोर्स दैट कैन बी डिसएडवांटेज आल्सो, ही वांट्स टू शो। Tests on smaller diameter samples give unrealistically high strength of stiffness clays. तो ये सैंपल छोटा रहने से हमको जो रीडिंग्स है वो शायद करेक्ट पूरी तरह नहीं आए। Consolidation and drainage of cohesive samples in a triaxial takes a much longer time compared to that in direct shear test. देखिए कंसोलिडेशन होना फिर ड्रेनेज होना ये बहुत लंबा टाइम जा सकता, मतलब ये टेस्ट इतना जल्दी नहीं होता जितना डायरेक्ट वाला होता। It takes time. Sometimes we keep it for 24 hours. Okay, so that is again a limitation. That is also one of the disadvantages of triaxial test. That is also one of the disadvantages of triaxial test. What is next? Samples of cohesionless soil such as sands can difficult to prepare and are perhaps more conveniently utilized. तो सबसे बेहतर चीज क्या है कि हम क्ले का तो सैंपल बना सकते, सिलेंडर बना सकते, आप ठहर जाता, लेकिन सैंड का सिलेंडर बनता क्या? सिलेंडर बनाना आप
आप समुद्र किनारे बचपन में मतलब कहीं नदी किनारे सैंड में घोंसले बनाए होंगे, घर बनाए होंगे, लेकिन सिलेंडर बनना और वो ठहर जाना, इट इज नॉट very difficult it is. So preparation of soil specimen is very difficult. So when sandy soil is there, so for that direct shear test is far better. Direct shear test is far better comparing to triaxial test. So preparation of sample क्या है, उसमें क्या है, जो क्यूब रहता है डायरेक्ट शेयर टेस्ट में हम सैंपल डालते हैं, ऊपर से दबाते जाते हैं, वो किसी शेप का हमको जरूरत नहीं है, पूरा उठा के वैसे रख देते। लेकिन यहां पर क्या है, आपको स्पेसिमन बनाना पड़ता है एक सिलेंड्रिकल। क्ले है तो देखिए क्ले का सिंपल सैंपल बनाना बहुत इजी है, लेकिन सैंड का सैंपल बनाना मुश्किल है, और मुश्किल है फिर उसके ऊपर रबर चढ़ाना। रबर कहां से चढ़ाते हैं, सैंड का बनाने के बाद मेम्ब्रेन चढ़ाना पड़ता रखने के लिए, वो ढह जाता। आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द करेक्ट मीनिंग इन मराठी। सो वो जो है वो ठहरता ही नहीं। So that is the disadvantages, that is the one of the disadvantage of triaxial test. So now this completes the triaxial test as far as it's concerned. You should know its diagram, you should know its parts, you should know the procedure, you should know the derivation, and then you should know what are the advantages of triaxial test. Different 5 advantages are there that you should know, and you should also know what are the limitations of triaxial test. I hope things are, if not perfectly, I will tell you some imaginary things are here. So unless you don't see the experiment or don't do it, it's very difficult. So even then also I hope the triaxial test is clear to you. If you solve few problems, then it will be better. Analysis you can do it easily. If you have any doubts, 1 minute time I will give you, you can ask anything. Okay beta, so shall I move further? Okay, then one more test is there, unconfined compression test. That is also more or less same. Then vein shear test. If these two tests and their comparisons, I will take this one, this topic now. This is the common question to be asked. So what are the differences between direct shear test and triaxial shear test? This is the common question to be asked in the examination, and in MCQs you should know all the points. See here, it is very well written here. So direct shear test is the simplest and the oldest test. So triaxial test is much more complicated. Of course, it is very simple, but whereas see, preparation of sample itself is very difficult in triaxial. Leave alone the test. Preparation of sample is also needed the time. That's why this test is difficult comparing to the direct shear test. Comparing to the direct shear test, it is difficult to control the drainage conditions. Drainage condition control कर सकते ना, हमको मालूम है, लेकिन drainage condition during the test can be controlled here. तो इस टेस्ट में जो भी ड्रेनेज कंडीशन है, मतलब आपको उसको हम रोक सकते हैं। हम जब चाहे बोल सकते हैं कि इसको अनड्रेन्ड करना है, ड्रेन्ड करना है, कंसोलिडेट करना है, नहीं करना है, लेकिन यहां पर ऐसा कुछ है नहीं। Whatever the sample is given to you, whatever the sample is given to you, you have to perform on that one. You have to perform on that one. So drainage condition का जो भी control है, that is totally missing in direct shear test, but that can be controlled. I mean, we can leave the water or you can hold the water. So that option is available in triaxial shear test. Next one, pore water pressure cannot be measured. तो यहाँ pore water pressure मालूम ही नहीं कर सकते हम, but pore water pressure can be measured here. Once you know the pore water pressure, you know, means you can decide that what the actual soil is getting, the effective stress. There, this is not there. Then what we consider total stress only we will get in direct shear test. We'll get in direct shear test. But here, in triaxial shear test, pore water pressure can be measured. Pore water pressure can be measured. Clear? Next, the shear failure is predetermined. This I told you already. The shear strength is यहाँ पर वो जो सेंटर में रहता है ना, वहीं पे सॉइल फेल होता है, वहां पर फिक्स है वो. जब आप लोड अप्लाई करते हैं, हम ऐसा सैंपल में रख देते हैं, वहीं पे फेल होता. दूसरी तरफ उससे वीक भी होगा सॉइल, लेकिन वहां वो अरेंजमेंट ही वैसा है टेस्ट में कि सॉइल वहीं पे फेल होता. वो जो प्लेन है हमको पता रहता जहां पर फेल हो रहा, लेकिन यहां पर ट्राइएक्सियल में ऐसा नहीं है. shear failure is not predetermined. फेल्यूर कहीं भी वीकेस्ट प्लेन में होता है, सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज है. लेकिन ऐसा डायरेक्ट शेयर में नहीं है. ऐसा डायरेक्ट शेयर में नहीं. यहां पर देखिए, पोर वाटर प्रेशर आप मेजर नहीं कर सकते डायरेक्ट शेयर में. जब आपको पोर वाटर प्रेशर ही नहीं पता, तो आपको इफेक्टिव प्रेशर नहीं मिलता. तो व्हाट यू विल गेट हियर इज ओनली टोटल स्ट्रेसेस आर नोन टू यू. Only total stresses are known to you, but as the pore pressure water is known, you can calculate effective stress here. Effective stress is equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. So that effective stress can also be calculated here, but here it is not possible in case of direct shear test. Here only total stress can be calculated. Consolidation and drainage of sump is relatively fast. कंसोलिडेशन टेक मच टाइम. यहाँ पर ड्रेनेज और कंसोलिडेशन बहुत लंबा टाइम लेता, लेकिन यहाँ पर फास्ट हो जाता है. स्ट्रेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑन द फेल्यूर प्लेन इज नॉट यूनिफॉर्म. दिस आल्सो आई टोल्ड यू, दिस इज नॉट यूनिफॉर्म, बट इट इज यूनिफॉर्म हियर. स्ट्रेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. Recompacted samples are not difficult to prepare. Samples of soils like sand is difficult to. मतलब क्या है, यहाँ पर सैंपल बनाना बहुत मतलब क्या है, हम क्या करते हैं इसमें, जैसा मिट्टी है लेते हैं उसमें रख दे के ऊपर से दबा देते हैं. तो सैंपल बनाना कोई मुश्किल काम है ही नहीं. चाहे वो सिल्टी रहने दो, चाहे वो सैंडी रहने दो, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू मेक द डिफरेंस. बट वेयर एज हियर सैंपल बनाना इतना आसान नहीं है. सैंपल बनाना इतना आसान नहीं है, स्पेशली सैंड का, कोहेजनलेस सॉइल का. Okay, so all these are the major differences. You take down this one. In this book, it is very well it is given. So what are the differences between direct shear test and triaxial shear test? Please go through it for half minute, and if you have any doubts, you can ask. Go through it, and if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. Shall I move further now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are these different condition shear test? That also I will explain afterwards. So where it is application is needed also I will explain afterwards. Now we will take one question. We will take one question, please. Take down this. A direct shear test was carried out on an cohesive soil sample and the following results were obtained. Following results were obtained. पहले हम डायरेक्ट shear टेस्ट करें और बाद में ट्राइएक्सियल करें. ट्राइएक्सियल का बाद में सोचेंगे हम. पहले आपको निकालना है कि वो डायरेक्ट शियर टेस्ट करे, और डायरेक्ट शियर टेस्ट करे जब नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस 150 है, शियर स्ट्रेस 110 है, और नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस 250 है, तो शियर स्ट्रेस है 120। फर्स्ट टू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन, प्लीज टेक डाउन, पेपर रखो, ग्राफ पेपर रखो, सिर्फ सुनते मत बैठो, या बंद करके किचन में रख के, बेडरूम में रख के मोबाइल को इधर उधर घूमते मत बैठो। समथिंग यू शुड लर्न। A direct shear test was carried out on a cohesive soil sample and the following results were obtained. Normal stress 150, 250, shear stress 110, 120. तो आप इजीली बना सकते, एक ग्राफ लाइन आता, स्ट्रेट लाइन, नीचे के C5 निकाल सकते, लेकिन उन्होंने पूछ रहा क्या, what would be the deviator stress at failure if a triaxial test is carried out on the same soil with a cell pressure of 150. देखिए, if it would have been direct shear test, then it is very simple, but what he wants to know that if we perform the triaxial test for the same sample, then what is sigma d, and for the cell pressure 150, for the cell pressure 150, for the cell pressure 150. Okay, so now what we will do, first case 1 you take, प्रॉब्लम पहले समझो, गड़बड़ मत करो, मैं करा रहा हूं आपको ये, आप पहले क्वेश्चन लिख लो, देख लो क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन देखो, फिर मैं आगे बताता हूं आपको क्या करना है। देखिए, फर्स्ट केस में टाउ एफ कितना है 110, ओके, नॉर्मल सिग्मा कितना है 120, और नहीं 120, 150 है, और नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस कितने कितने हैं, टाउ एफ 110 है, शियर स्ट्रेस 110 और 120 है, नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस 150 और 250 है, मालूम हो गया। तो हमारे पास एक फॉर्मूला है, मैं आपको पहले बोला था, टाउ एफ इज इक्वल टू सी प्लस सिग्मा tan phi, got it? Tau is equal to C plus sigma tan phi. I told you, I compare this with y is equal to mx plus c also. Y is equal to mx plus c also. तो दो केसेस है, इस फॉर्मूले में पहले फर्स्ट केस अप्लाई करेंगे, और फर्स्ट केस में टाउ एफ है 110, टाउ कितना है 110, और जब टाउ 110 है, सी हमको नहीं पता, सिग्मा है 150, 150 tan phi. This is equation 1. फर्स्ट केस में सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, फॉर्मूला इज टाउ एफ इज इक्वल टू सी प्लस सिग्मा tan phi. Got it? This is the formula we know for direct shear test. So tau f for the second case, मतलब यहाँ पर सेकेंड रीडिंग के लिए 110 है, और C as it is plus sigma at that time is 150 tan phi. Got it? So when you now substitute the second reading, tau is now 120 and sigma is 250. So 120 is equal to C plus 250 tan phi. Two equations you will get. One, first equation is 110 is equal to C plus 150 tan phi. Second equation is 120 is equal to C plus 250 tan phi. Whether it is clear to you, please tell me if you have any doubts. 110 is equal to C plus 150 tan phi, 120 is equal to C plus 250 tan phi. These two equations we get. Now you solve these two, and एक कैलकुलेटर में डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं, या नहीं तो आप सॉल्व करो और करके मुझे बोलो सी और फाई का वैल्यू क्या है। टेक योर टाइम प्लीज, 2 मिनट टाइम ले लो, आप खुद करो, चुप बोर्ड पे देख के, बोर्ड इन द सेंस कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पे देख के लिखो मत, कैलकुलेशन करो। 2 इक्वेशन दिया हूं मैं आपको, एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकली करो खुद। इक्वेशंस कैसे है मालूम होगा नहीं, देखो तो यू फाइंड व्हाट इज सी एंड व्हाट इज फाई। Yes, find the C and phi and write in the chat box what is C, what is phi. Equations I have given you. 110 is equal to C plus 150 tan phi. 120 is equal to C plus 250 tan phi. Solve these two simultaneous equations and get the value of C. You can do this by calculator directly or any basic mathematics. Try to get the value of C and phi. Yes, right. Time is running out. What is the value of, again you take a break of 2 minutes, then we will complete this problem and go for next problems also. Yes, what is the value of C? What is the value of phi? दोनों इक्वेशन दिया हूं मैं आपको, कैलकुलेटर में डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं आप। 110 is equal to C plus 150 tan phi. Yes. Okay, Snehal. Okay. She got the answers. Others. 120 is equal to C plus 250 tan phi. What is the value of C? What is the value of phi? During the break, at least you do. You take down these equations and do it.